Take Me to Prom is a 2019 documentary by Andrew Moore that showcases intimate interviews with 7 queer individuals ranging in age from 88 to 17, inviting audience to revisit their own adolescent milestone of prom, whilst telling a story of the societal evolution of LGBT rights over the past 70 years. The documentary went on to win 4 Best Documentary Awards, including AFI Fest, Canadian Screen Awards, Directors Guild of Canada, and Forest City Film Festival. Throughout the course of this analysis, the content and style of Take Me to Prom will be analysed to examine the different modes of the piece. Although the message is not as precise compared to other documentaries, it can still be determined that the mode of the documentary is primarily expository, with other elements such as participatory, all of which become apparent through the unique style of Moore's filmmaking and the way the content is presented in Take Me to Prom. In definition, the expository mode addresses the viewers directly, with titles or voices that tell a story, propose a perspective, or advance an argument. In addition, the participatory mode is where the filmmakers interact with their subjects. Questions grow into interviews or conversations, furthering a pattern of collaboration or confrontation. Both of these stylistic choices are utilized by the filmmaker and each interviewee as they take the audience on a journey to their differing prom experiences. However, unlike in many participatory documentary, Moore is less involved with the storytellers, allowing them to take control of the narrative. His questions asked of the subjects were edited out of the final piece. Instead, the only time the audiences hear Moore's voice is when he's attempting to prompt the subject for more information. This stylistic choice, which was probably decided in post-production, led the documentary to be far more expository than participatory. In the past, Andrew Moore is more familiar with working in observational documentaries, but with Take Me to Prom, Moore challenged himself with a more scheduled and planned approach, aiming to have more control over how the film would look, an example of expository mode, yet successfully maintaining the spontaneity he's used to getting from his subject, as seen in participatory mode. Furthermore, Moore ensured that the first time he heard those stories was when the camera was rolling. The documentary's content can be seen directly from the mise-en-scène. The 7 unique stories were presented in chronological order, from the eldest experience in the 1940s to the youngest in the 21st century. With the societal context, the subject's identity, and the events that unfolded, each story completely differs from the next and outlines a different experience for each person. The main purpose of the documentary is to educate the audience on not only the minority group, but also the evolution of LGBT rights in society. According to Bill Nichols, the expository mode is where they provide B-roll footage or images of illustration, whilst the participatory mode is where they often take us into the past that interview subjects refer to in the present. Each subject's story was presented alongside archival footage with elaborate yet simple editing to further allow the audience to experience the story alongside the interviewees. Photos, news reports, and scripted reenactments were all used to visualize the story to life. Moore's main style stems from the care of his characters, focusing on their truth over his own narrative, a style that demonstrates a participatory mode over an expository one. By only asking questions to prompt the subject or cutting the music completely, the audience is encouraged to focus solely on the storyteller. Through the use of mise-en-scène, editing, lighting, music, elaborate sets, and costume design, it is evident that Moore was attempting to create a calm and comfortable atmosphere for both the audience and the interviewees. Each subject was dressed in formal wear that was clearly comfortable for them, allowing for their individuality to shine through that they may have not been able to express during their own prom. Alongside an elaborate, different theme set for each individual, the documentary sets reimagine the look of prom from each decade. For example, a lace material backdrop was used to reimagine the 1940s, party streamers for the 1980s, whilst the 2 subjects from the 2000s were surrounded by nature and pastel colours. Furthermore, Moore utilised long pauses with no music in serious moments to show the emotions of the subject. This is especially prominent in Carmen's story when she was finding it difficult to talk about the struggles she had to face as a trans woman. Despite Carmen struggling to talk for her experience for nearly 45 seconds, the documentary didn't cut from her raw emotions at that moment, allowing the audience to feel sympathy for her and happiness for whom she has become today. The combination of mode, content, and style of Take Me to Prom all work harmoniously together, each influencing the other in order to create the final form. Through Andrew Moore's stylistic approach to the content of the documentary, it can be determined that the piece is expository due to scripted nature and high editing, whilst presenting a participatory mode from the interview between the filmmaker and 7 subjects, allowing the story to determine the outcome of the documentary. Thank you.